the football season.
Nope, you said start podcast. We're starting. We're starting right now. Welcome to another episode of Welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast. It's your boys
Hello.
again.
Hello.
I don't know how many times.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you guys believe that we've been doing this for over 3 years now?
Has it been 3 or been 2?
Over 2 years. My bad.
It's been over 2
We started
years.
in 2020. Yeah.
Yes, it's over 2 years. Yeah, it has been over 2 years. Yes, that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Dead air.
Sorry, Kimberly was saying something, so I was listening. It's okay. She said that we're 4 months away from 2023, and we're still stuck I'm still stuck in 2019.
I think
Or I'm
we're
still
all stuck in-
processing.
we're still, it's fine. We're still stuck. I agree.
Speaking of 2019, that was when Game of Thrones ended. Or was it 2018? Anyways,
I think it was 18.
yeah, it was 18. Anyways, Game of Thrones last night, the second episode of House of the Dragon. It was pretty good. It was your typical, story-filled episode with a few action parts. Are we caring about spoilers? Let's just put that to rest now. Is it?
Yeah.
This, you know what? It's not going to come out because you're not going to edit it till tomorrow. I might forget to share it, so it may not be out till Wednesday. So it doesn't really matter. If you ain't watched it by now, I don't feel sorry for you. It's Monday. You've had 24 to 48 hours to watch this show. That's what I feel.
Yep, up to maybe more because
Or
depending on when
36
everything gets
hours.
done. Whenever everything
24
gets
to 36 hours. So
Yep.
that's just the way I feel. So spoiler away.
There was something I wanted to bring up right off the bat, but I can't remember what it was. And
Is it that the king looks like one of our passengers on the spirit bus that just annoys the
Oh
hell?
my gosh.
He does. Yes, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about.
They live
He
on
looks-
Morrison Street.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Or I
In the
don't want to say his
apartments.
name.
I don't want to give out names. But
But
they
yes,
live
he looks
on-
exactly like somebody we
Picked
both
up on-
used to pick up.
They get a pickup at Big Lots and go to Walmart.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, that's who he looks like, and it drives me freaking bananas.
I remember what I was going to bring up now, but I'll wait till later. This started off what 6 months later, over 6 months later from last episode.
Yep.
And
He's looking
basically
a wife,
for
yeah.
Rhaenyra, that's her name. What's her name? The main actor.
Yeah, Rhaenyra. I think it's Rhaenyra. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra's.
I'm still trying to learn the names, so it's gonna be a minute till I remember all the names. I'm bringing up IMDb right now just so I can remember the names. Yeah, Rhaenyra, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, nothing's really changed for her yet. She's still the cupbearer. She's not even allowed to literally talk in the council meetings. Like you'd think, he would be like, "Oh yeah, my heir, you should have a word in what is happening," because there's pirates attacking the ships now, and they want to. The one guy, what's his name? Gosh dang it! Come on, guys.
What?
No, the black guy. I can't think of his name.
I don't know.
Corellus. Corlys.
I'm
Yes.
looking it up.
Yeah.
Corlys. Valerian.
Corlys.
Corlys Valerian.
Yep, he wants the king to do something, but the king doesn't want to start a war. Basically, is the gist of this episode of the main story is they don't want to start a war, but yet everyone agrees that war is on the way, and there's nothing they can do to stop it, even though they could probably stop it right now by putting their foot down. Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. I want to make sure I get this straight. So that Alicent Hightower.
Yes.
She wants to marry the king.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't want to marry
Her
the king.
dad, Otto, wants her to marry the king
Okay, that's
to
what.
increase
Okay,
his power.
right. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was getting that right. And then
Can I
who's
get some-
the all right? So who is the 14-year-old or the 13-year-old? Which one's her dad?
The princess or the guy which 14?
Yeah.
The young girl that said, "I don't have to bed you till I'm 14."
Oh, that's
That's
the black
Corliss.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Corliss'
Corliss.
daughter.
Okay,
and,
that's what I thought. That's what
Princess
I thought.
Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Or Prince. Yeah, Rhaenyra.
Yeah, it's Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra, and then
So
the other one is
Rhaenyra is
Rhaenys.
his daughter.
No. Rhaenyra is his cousin.
No,
Rhaenys
it's
is
yeah,
his
Rhaenys.
daughter.
Yeah, Prince. Oh, wait.
Oh my God, there's like
There's too many R's and too many different weird names.
it's crazy. Yeah.
We'll get it eventually. And to think like the original Game of Thrones, it was so much easier to remember these names. But they were like, it was like John, so it was kind of easier.
They'll start spreading out and killing each other soon. We'll figure out who's who. All I felt like this episode was a build up to violence.
It was, drawing
That's what the whole
the.
season.
I just think there's going to be a lot of violence next.
It's all about the civil war between them. So
Yeah, it's all about the
Yeah.
Dance
Yeah.
of Dragons. It was really, drawing the political lines. Who's allying with who and who's going to be fighting who.
And the what you call it? And the egg got stolen.
But it's back.
Is it back?
Yeah, he gave it back to the princess.
Oh, that's right.
He
See,
tossed it.
This is part of the segment I call movies and shows Chris fell asleep through.
you
Can I
fell
just-
asleep during this.
I could just like 10 minutes of it. I fall asleep through everything. There's other stuff this weekend I fell asleep through too.
Can I just, before we get sidetracked into what old man Chris fell asleep during, so can we talk about like the cinematography in this, like even just this episode, like the angles we got when she flew the dragon into Dragonstone, and just the cinematography, the art department, and the CGI department are on point. There's a few when she was riding the dragon, it looked a little iffy, but I didn't care too much because everything else was amazing.
The entrance through the clouds, that was pretty cool.
What'd you say, Kimberly?
The entrance to the
Yeah.
no, I'm not Kimberly.
He's
Yeah.
not Kimberly. That's Mikey.
No, I agree with what she said. She said that when she was riding the dragon, she wasn't real. Her acting was kind of iffy. Like it just looked like she was riding a roller coaster.
I don't even care.
That's true.
At least it looks like next episode we might see some more fire.
That's what I'm saying.
It
This
looks
is
like it
the-
jumps like 3 years because
That's why I said
already
that
has kids.
that's why I said this episode's just setting us up for violence. Because the next episode looks like it's going to be pretty bloody.
And I don't even like. There's no character other than Alicent that I don't like yet. Like, I like the king. I like Daemon. I like the princess. Otto, I can tell Otto is going to be difficult.
Yeah, we
The
should
whole
need that.
Hightower family. I think the Hightower family is going to be the new Lannister family.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I can.
Do you guys want some background on the Hightower family?
No.
Sure.
Okay, so world building here for Game of Thrones from the books. The Hightower family were some of the first ones to convert to the faith of the Seven, which is the main religion in Westeros. When King Aegon started conquering the Seven Kingdoms, they stayed neutral, and their king at the time went and got themselves killed, and then they opened the door and like let him in, and it's like, and their whole thing is that they're mightier than thou, or they're your typical super, like, think Lori Armor, Mikey.
Oh, okay.
Someone that uses their religion as a weapon.
Huh.
And that's like their thing is like, you can't go against us because we're the holiest people in the kingdom. That's like their thing. And we've seen the High Tower, which where what's his face in the original show went to become a maester. I can't think of what his name was.
Oh, I thought that's
Samwell?
where,
Yeah, Samwell. Thank you. I couldn't think of Samwell.
I thought that's where Jamie was banging his sister.
No. The High Tower is that big tower where the maesters study, the big library.
Yeah, don't say no to Bran. He's the one that ain't walking because he fell out that high tower. Or pushed.
He just wanted to watch.
I don't know. One thing I noticed is I liked Princess Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
She seemed like to act like Daenerys.
She's very
Yeah.
much like Daenerys. I think that's on purpose.
How she's like I deserve like more like respect, and I guess like I'm not a kid, and
I don't think she gonna take shit off of people.
yeah.
She doesn't want, the Kingsguard to be some tourney knight. She wants a knight that actually has experience, combat experience, not just some guy that has never actually fought anybody.
Like she was talking to the queen that never was, or Princess Rhaenyra, or whatever. That little dialogue between them, she was like, "I will." Her quote was like, "I will change." What I know, Rhaenyra's like, they're not gonna, they won't, they're not ever going to like allow a lady to sit on the throne, and she's like, she basically said, I would change this kind of society, or basically something like that. I forget what the exact words were, but it just reminded me of Daenerys, because Daenerys was like, I'll bill or something like that, And it's like the same situation to me.
I agree.
I really liked it.
I like how she kind of, I don't want to say smacked her, but like they said no to you, not to a woman on the throne.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. It's a bitch. But I'm curious how that, if you saw the sneak peek for the next episode, because I guess the king has a son now, or will have a son. So I wonder how much like she.
Are they going that far into the
the
future?
Yeah, it's like 3 years or something. The kid's
like,
up and running around in one of the scenes.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. So
And
that
she
means
she won't be next in line then.
So I wonder who he marries.
I guess
he married Alice, the girl. The one his daughter, Otto's daughter that he got.
The cute redhead girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the princess is like best friend. And
Right.
then like it
Well,
happened.
that friendship is
yeah,
over.
yeah.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, you don't know.
Well, with how she stormed out of that room.
She's probably like, your dad is huge.
I saw that marriage coming.
You thought
like,
you rode a dragon.
Last episode,
let me tell you.
I guess I kind
Yeah.
of saw that coming last episode, but I was like, man, it would make complete sense for him to marry the other girl.
Well, I thought he was going to go full Target. Like, even though I haven't read the book since like 17, maybe. I don't remember when I read this one, but for some reason I was thinking he married his daughter. He went full Targaryen, full Habsburg, and married his daughter.
Yeah.
But then it's starting to come back to me like what all happens. But there are differences, of course, but honestly not as many as like the original series. So, Chris, what did you fall asleep on?
I fell asleep through Elvis, the new Baz Luhrmann movie, with Tom Hanks.
That comes out on HBO, like next week, right?
Oh, I don't know. I watched it on my app, so.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure
I fell asleep on it through my app.
Was it because you were tired, or was it because it was bad, or a mixture?
It's not that it's bad, but it's Baz Luhrmann, so it's very.
I don't know who Baz Luhrmann is.
He's a director. He's done. I don't know. He doesn't do films like To the Letter. Let's put it that way. So Baz Luhrmann has done. I guarantee you might have seen a Baz Luhrmann movie. Oh, he did Moulin Rouge.
I don't think I've seen that.
He did. He wrote The Great Gatsby. He did
I've seen
Australia.
that.
He did. Yeah, he did The Great Gatsby. So, you know how it's that shiny kind of everything pops kind of situation, and everything's a little bit over the
Yeah.
top. But that's the way this is. Yeah, he did Romeo and Juliet with Leo and what's her name?
That movie's underrated.
That with Leonardo DiCaprio and
Yeah.
Claire Danes, very underrated. That's
A
actually a
very
movie.
good modern take on.
Okay, so he directed that. So obviously that's what Elvis is going to be like. So he took liberties with what really happened. The most amazing part of the movie is you find out that uh, Elvis never toured outside of America.
That was before that was a thing, really, wasn't it?
No, I mean it could have. He was what was it? He was supposed to do it. He was it. I'm trying to think. He was supposed to be in a movie, and they wouldn't let him do it, and it would have just shot his career up. And I can't remember which one it was. In the 70s, it was something that came out in the 70s. He was supposed to do it, and um, it would have revitalized his career basically. Instead of Elvis was kind of an also ran when he died. Like he died, and I was like, well, Elvis is dead. You know, people cried, but he was like, it wasn't like when Lennon was murdered. Let's put it that way. He wasn't. He wasn't. Oh, he
He
was going to
wasn't.
play. He wasn't. Well, he was supposed to be the teen angel in Greece, which was Frankie Avalon.
Huh. I didn't know he was supposed to be in Greece.
Uh huh. He was supposed to be in Greece, and they wouldn't let him do it. Which that Frankie Avalon had Grease as a #1 hit, so he kind of like revitalized his career. But he was nothing in the 70s. He really wasn't. It's a good movie. It's a little long, but it's hard to tell that story without it being long. But that Elvis character was a little over the top. You know, like I said, it's Baz Luhrmann. Everything's over the top. Um, and I don't watch it. It's not horrible. Tom Hanks is really good in it as Colonel Tom Parker.
Well, Tom Hanks is always good.
Yeah, he's good in everything he is. But I think that they're trying to revitalize Elvis. I was talking with somebody else about this. Trying to revitalize Elvis, like kind of like the way they did maybe Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, ever since Bohemian Rhapsody blew up, they've been trying to do it with everybody. They tried to do it with
Elton John.
Elton John. They did the Aretha Franklin movie. And now it's Elvis. I wonder who's next.
I think the first one was the Four Seasons. They did the Four Seasons.
That's a great movie.
Yeah,
I forgot about that one, Mikey.
That's a Clint Eastwood movie. Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good movie. That's a well told story.
Well, wasn't it basically a copy of the Broadway show? I don't say copy, but
yeah, in fact, the guy who played Frankie Valli in the Broadway show played him in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But it's true to life. That's what really happened with Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. Is he tried to get them to own the music, and that one guy didn't want to do it, and he lost a huge chunk of change in the long run.
Yeah.
He was very business savvy, Frankie Valli was. But yeah, all those guys, they all played for the mob back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody in the 60s, well, probably 50s too. Anywhere from the 50s to the 70s, those guys all played for the mob. They all sang for the mob. They all had mob connections.
Well, that was how you got money back then.
Yeah, Sinatra.
That's how you got,
Jerry Vale. I'm sure all of them.
Because they owned all the clubs.
Right.
You're not going to get a gig in New York unless you kiss up to the dawn or whatever.
Well, I mean, a lot of those guys, are from they're Italian descent, and
Oh
they
yeah,
grew up they grew up in the boroughs, so they knew somebody who knew somebody. They always knew somebody connected.
yeah.
Frankie Valli knew a lot of people connected. Of course, so did Sinatra. So, but it's okay. It's all right. It's nothing. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is awesome. I didn't get that effect out of it. But it's a good movie. I have to watch it again because I fell asleep like the last 40 minutes. So I fell asleep through that. Then I fell asleep through the new Kevin Hart movie
Oh, I saw
on
that.
Netflix.
What
Me
is it
Time.
called?
I skipped over it.
Oh, Me Time.
It's not that funny. Where did comedy go? I mean, like it's all right, but it's just not. It just
I want
doesn't.
to say something, but we would lose half
It's not
our
because we can't
listeners.
be because you have to be politically correct, so you can't be funny anymore.
Yes.
You can't be offensively funny.
Yes.
Yeah, Me Time. It's got Mark Wahlberg in it. You would think it would be good. Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg,
Marky
Regina
Mark.
Hall's in it. It's not bad. It's just not. It's
Well,
just
Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart, but I think he's at the same point right now The Rock is, where they're just putting out so much stuff that it's just either it's a bad movie or it's the next great thing. There's no in between.
I mean, why can't they be like freaking like Harrison Ford? Like, be selective.
Why? If they get more movies, they get more money.
I guess,
Well, I kind of see it as the same thing as
but
who's in Die Hard? I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. He's doing it. One for insurance purposes. Two, to leave something for his kids. Pay stuff for his kids. Make sure his kids don't have to work. That's what he was doing towards the end. I know he's still alive, but he's got, he can't read anymore. Whatever that disease is he has. So he was just doing it to make sure his kids are set up. So maybe that's why they do so many movies.
Like, check this out. Okay, I want to go through this. So this is Harrison Ford's picks of movies. Okay, so he did Star Wars. I'm starting in Star Wars in '77. Right?
Aphasia, that's what it's called. Aphasia. Sorry,
So he did Star Wars in '77, Force 10 from Navarone in '78,
never heard of it.
and he did a movie called Hanover Street in '79. He was in Apocalypse Now, The Frisco Kid, which is a very underrated movie. It's got Gene Wilder in it. He did Empire, then he did Raiders of the Lost Ark, he did Blade Runner, then he did Jedi, then he did Temple of Doom. He does Witness in '85, Mosquito Coast in '86, which
Never
isn't
heard of
that
it.
good. Frantic in '88, which was okay. Working Girl in '88, Indiana Jones in '89, '90 he did Presumed Innocent. Then he did Regarding Henry, Patriot Games, The Fugitive, Clear and Present Danger. I mean, he did a lot of good stuff, but he was selective. He would do one a year, but he wasn't like just turning out shit. You know what I mean? And he wasn't the same character in every movie. Kevin Hart's the same character in every movie, and so is The Rock. So I don't recommend it. It's not that good.
Yeah.
If you're bored and want to lose 90 minutes of your life, that's all I can say.
Yeah, one of the I'm looking at the Google page for it, and one of the top stories it was 3 days ago from Time Magazine. It says, "Don't waste your free time on the Kevin Hart comedy Me Time."
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Right.
I mean, the performances were good, but just this movie's just, it's very miss. It's very, very, very miss. But then one movie I did not fall asleep through. Oh, wait, hold on. I did fall asleep through another movie, which was the documentary about the John McAfee guy.
Oh, I skipped over that too.
It's good, but I fell asleep to it. But it's really, really good. Like, I want to go back and watch the last half hour again because I think I fell asleep through the last half hour. Because it's intriguing. I mean, he was on the run. He was accused of murder. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. It was insane. He was in so he was in Belize, right? Running from the police. He was in the Belize. So they crossed into Guatemala. Well, they didn't get their passports stamped to leave Belize. So while he's in Guatemala trying to get the passport stamped, he fakes a heart attack. So he fakes a heart attack. So what do? They fly him back to America. So now he's in hiding in America. It was insane. Like he's got this crew from Vice, you know, that TV, that channel Vice.
Yeah.
They were following him, and they were stuck in Guatemala, and here he is in America because they were trying to get their passport stamps because he escaped out of Belize on a boat. So that one's pretty good. I recommend that one. And then the last one I did not fall asleep through was tonight. I watched The Last Blockbuster, which is a documentary about the last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon.
I think I've watched something like that. I don't know if it's that one, but
they've got Brian Posen in it, he was in The Big Bang Theory. Kevin Smith is in it. Sam Levine is in it. Jamie Kennedy is in it, and they talk about working at video stores or going to video stores, and you know, there's the noise of the videotape. You know, the videotape in the box. You know, that shaky noise, and when you pop it open, there's that sound.
Oh, that's where I was legitimately like, "What are you talking about, Blockbuster?"
The Last Blockbuster. It is The Last Blockbuster.
Yeah.
As of 2020, it was still alive. Still alive. In fact, there's interesting stuff about this actually. So Dish Network owns Blockbuster. So they have a say. They have a go or no go on if the Blockbuster stays open. And the poor woman that owns the Blockbuster, if the distributor doesn't give her enough DVDs, like they showed her, she was going around to like Target and Walmart and buying all the copies of Solo so she could rent them out because the movie company drops the ball and they don't send her the movies they need. But what had happened was, when videos first came out, so they were $100 to buy a videotape when they first came out. I remember this. So if you wanted to buy Star Wars, it was $99.99 on VHS. Can you imagine paying $100 for a VHS of Star Wars?
No, fuck that.
So
I don't even want to spend $120 to buy the whole box set on DVD.
I know, even though it's like a good deal.
It is true. It is a good deal. So, a couple of people had a bright idea. So let's buy these movies and rent them out. Well, the movie companies tried to sue these people, right? So this is how far it went. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court said it was not illegal to rent these movies out. So we can thank the Supreme Court for movie rentals. So all these mom and pop video rental places, start popping up, and they would charge them $70, $75 for a movie. And you might be able to buy 3 or 4 if you're lucky. Like if Terminator 2 came out, you might buy 3 of those, right? Because you can accumulate that money back.
Yeah.
What Blockbuster did was they shared profit. So they would sell them Blockbuster. The movie companies would sell Blockbuster DVDs for like $3, $5, whatever. Then they would get a shared profit on the rental profits. So that's why every mom and pop video store died and why Blockbuster got so popular.
Blockbuster, Family Video.
But
I forget what the other one was.
But what happened was, like they got a new CEO, and remember when they did the no late fees thing?
Yeah.
That's what killed them. It wasn't.
They always say it was streaming though.
No, it wasn't. In fact, they were online. They said nowadays, instead of Netflix, you could be watching Stranger Things on Blockbuster streaming instead of Netflix. They were right in line with Netflix up until the mid 2000s. Early 2000s, 2007, 2008. That's when they went to the no late fees, and they just kind of buried the company. They didn't put the money back in. It survives in Bend, Oregon because it's popular. Like people actually go to the video store and rent movies. Like they're busy, which I think is
Oh.
awesome. It makes me want to move to Bend, Oregon, so I can go to a Blockbuster and rent movies.
I remember like even when I was in high school, it was like, hey, let's go, rent a couple movies. Like Friday night, let's go rent a couple movies. And then that's what we did the weekend. Like Friday night we'd watch one, and Saturday night we'd watch the other one. Now it's just like, oh, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's there, and there's no tangible thing. Like you don't have anything, you don't hold anything in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was something. I mean, I remember being, we got our first VCR when I was 13, so I still had the excitement, even as a teenager, of running to the video store and, oh my God, they got the movie we want. Let's get it.
You got to get there early on a Friday or whatever. Star Wars just released on DVD or VHS.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be the first one there on Friday to make sure you get it.
Yeah.
Because everybody else and their mother is going to be there trying to rent it, and there's only 30 copies or whatever.
And the rental fee kept you in line because you didn't want to have to pay. Like maybe you rented like, I don't know, Marley and Me, and they're like, you got a late fee for Marley and Me of $4. Like, shh, because you want people knowing that you don't want that crap going around every time you go in. It's got a late fee on Marley and Me, so you pay that up front. So you don't want that out. But yeah, I mean, they talked about how even on a date night, and I can remember this, going to the video store on a Friday. That was our date night, and we picked out two movies. She picked out a movie, I picked out a movie, and we would watch those movies together. Sometimes you bought candy there or microwave popcorn,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
take it home. And I mean, it was something. And the videos actually gave you a tangible thing to hold. You could go there and you could pick it up, and you walked out of the store with it. And it's not like streaming. Everybody they talked about was not heavy on streaming. They really missed going to the video store. And Kevin Smith, Kevin Smith said, he says, they may get revitalized the way records have been revitalized. The record stores are they're starting to pop back up again. You just need, if you've got the money, open up a video store. I bet you put it in the right place. I mean, put it in a small town. You know what I mean? People would come to your video store and rent movies again.
How many movies could you? You don't even have to get like Star Wars. You can get like movies like that aren't even on streaming platforms. Terminator. I don't think any of the Terminator movies are on any streaming platforms.
Right.
Put Terminator on your shelves.
I mean, you can get old movies. Anything. Old Mel Brooks movies. You know what I mean? Smokey and the Bandit movies. I mean, classic old movies that people. Oh my gosh, I ain't seen. The Pink Panther movies with Peter Sellers introduce a whole new generation to these movies.
Or even the remakes with what's his face, Steve Martin.
Let's not talk about that.
I liked those. I never saw the originals. So.
Peter Sellers. It's like making Jaden Smith the Karate Kid. Same thing. It's just it just doesn't belong.
A lot of games I would go rent it before I would buy it.
That was the beauty of it, wasn't it? You could rent a game before you bought it.
You get it for the weekend. Okay, yeah, I like this game. I'm gonna go buy it now.
And then you can start back up where you left off on the video that you rented.
Yeah.
The game that you rented. Yeah.
And now it's like, well, okay, I guess I'll burn $60 on this game and see if I like it or not.
I mean, I remember even like going New Year's Eve, and you pick out movies, for New Year's Eve. Like that's what we watched: Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It could be The Godfather. It could be, Empire. It could be Wrath of Khan. You know what I mean?
I did Star Trek. I think it was Voyager. I went through and rented every single episode Family Video for Star Trek Voyager.
And I mean, think about October. I mean, who didn't go to the video store in October and rent horror movies?
They had like a specific section marked out for
for horror.
Here's your October Scarefest movies.
You would never watch these movies any other way if it weren't for October, and you would watch. We rented the most bizarre stuff. It's like that scene in Scream. What's that movie with E.T.'s mom in it? The werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom in it? That's how it starts, and bam. I mean, it's a really good documentary. It's really well put together, and like it's a flood of memories of going to the video store and picking out movies. And hearing the sound of the popping open the case, and they even talk about how the plastic around the Blockbuster thing, it would always get like bowed up on the ends of the cassette hold, the tape holder,
Mhm.
and you would peel it a little, and if it was torn a little, you might tear it a little more. I mean, it covered all of that. It's pretty amazing. But check it out. It's on Netflix. It's the
Make
last.
sure you rewind your VHS.
Well, that's what it says at the end of the credits. It says "Be kind, rewind." Some video stores charged you for not rewinding the tapes.
I think not. What was okay? It was Blockbuster, Family Video. What was the other one?
Video
They had
Connection was
Video
here for a
Connect.
long.
There was two of them
They
in
charged
Kokomo.
to rewind your tape.
Yeah.
I had
Um,
I had a cassette rewinder.
I forget. I don't remember why, but my parents there was one time my parents just quit, refused to go to Video Connect, and it was like Family Video from then on. Blockbuster used to be over there by Planet Fitness, where the apothecary was, wasn't it?
No, it
Is
was
that?
farther down.
Was it? I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
It was
I
at
don't
the
remember.
bigger ones.
I wasn't here for that one. We had two Blockbusters in Ocala. We had a family. It was like a Family Video. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't Family Video, but we had a couple of those too.
Now you see a Family Video, it's Dollar General.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and so there was this one store. It was called Specs, SPECK or SPEC Specs, right? But you could buy movies there. You could buy records. You could buy cassettes, CDs, and you could also rent movies. So back before Blockbuster took over, to get the movies you wanted, you might have to hit 2 or 3 different video stores for a
Well,
specific movie.
I remember we stopped going to Blockbuster because they never had the quantity of movies. They would only have 10 or 12 copies.
Oh,
But you
really?
go to Family Video, Family Video would have 100.
We had our Blockbuster had walls of videos. It was just awesome. Yeah, we had there were 2
Oh,
Blockbusters.
there was a Blockbuster where Mancino's is now also.
Oh, there was a Blockbuster there?
Yeah.
See, when I lived here, there was a Video Connection. There was a Video Connection near where the BMV is. There was a Video Connection
I
there.
don't remember that one. I remember that
There was
pawn shop there on North 931 used to
that
be a
was a
Video
video.
Connect.
Well,
And then that pet store in the Kmart Kroger parking lot used to be a Video Connect.
okay, so that Video Connection, it started out in the corner right next to the Kmart. That was the first Video Connection in town. It was in the Kmart Plaza. It was right next to Kmart. And Noble Romans eventually was there.
Yeah.
But that was Video Connection. There was a Video Connection downtown on the square.
I don't remember. That's before my time.
And then there was the one, like I said, one out by where the BMV is now. That's where that's where they were when before we left. Before we moved to Florida, that's where they were. There wasn't in fact, they built a Blockbuster in 91 or 92, and it was on 31 where the pet store was. Right? Remember that pet store and they tore it down next to Long John's and the Waffle House?
Oh, because they were going to put a Chick-fil-A there, and that never happened.
Okay, so there was a Blockbuster there, and because they used their own contractors and didn't use local union contractors, nobody used it, and it shut down.
Yeah.
What?
I always told people, I whenever that happens, I just tell people to get over it.
Because Blockbuster, when they built the building, they used their own contractors. They didn't use local contractors, local union contractors. Nobody would patron the store, so they had to shut it down. To me, that's insane.
Well, there's other places in town that people tried to do that. I think it was that new Taco Bell they built on Markland. They used outside contractors, and people tried to boycott it.
I mean, sometimes, like when I worked for I worked for ABC Supply, which is a roofing supply company, right?
Yeah.
When they came in and redid our showroom, we had guys from Wisconsin, which is where ABC was based out of. They sent their own people in to do the store resets. Always.
They do because they do it right.
That's
They,
right.
They know how they need it done, and they do it
they-
fast and
They
cheap.
do it fast. They know how to do it. They know what they're doing. They're not, there's no hiccups. They just go in, knock the work out, and get out of there. And that's why people do it. And that's probably why Blockbuster did it too. It had nothing to do with, oh, we're anti-union. This is our store. These are our people. This is how we're going to do it.
They know exactly how we want everything set up,
Yeah.
and done it. They've done it 10 times, so they do it, quick.
But the last store that's left in Bend, Oregon, it started out as a family, it was a family-owned video store, and Blockbuster came in and they made them a very sweet offer, and they're like, well, you can either take this offer or we're going to open up a store anyway and put you out of business. So the guy sold his store to Blockbuster, but they became a franchise owner. They owned the Blockbuster.
Well, that's good. They
owned the franchise. So that was kind of cool. And it was like, this store is ran by whatever something video, which was the name of the original video store. So it was
like you said, I can see it coming back because I do miss the days of, hey, let's go rent a couple movies, get a pizza, Now let's get a pizza, maybe some beer or something.
Yeah.
And,
but
spend the
night. There's no, what's the word? There's nothing to watching a movie on a stream. There's no physicality to it. There's no warmth to it. There's no. Let's all pick this out.
Well, the problem now is that there's generations now that grew up without video rentals.
Right, but there's generations that were without records. Records haven't been popular since the mid '80s, really.
Yeah, I mean, and I got friends that own record players.
Josie loves to go shopping for records. She's 17. So, I mean, but that's her. That's how many generations is that? Well, her mom could own records. That's 2 generations. So, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's awesome. So, yeah, let's hope that a video rental starts back up again and we can start renting movies. That would be so cool. I would love to. I could work there as a second job. I could work there on the weekends. And everybody talked about how great it was to work at one because you got free movie rentals. You got to watch movies at the while you worked. Plus, you goofed off all the time. Like, it was a fun environment to work in. They said.
Well, Mikey's brother worked at one for a while.
I can't remember whether he liked it or not.
If I remember right, he did not like it.
Yeah.
Because that was when they were starting to go out of business. So people weren't really working there, and he was basically the manager of one without being paid like a manager because they couldn't keep anybody at one.
I think the hours were kind of fucky.
I think he worked over 12 hours, like multiple days in a row.
Oh my God!
I don't know. I don't know about that. Either he was
well, they were open till midnight.
Weird hours, or he wasn't getting a lot of hours, or something.
I can't remember. There was something, and it was like uneven. I remember he worked there for a while though.
Yeah. I think I was just I was lucky enough that we lived in like a distance where we could just ride our bikes over there. It was the greatest. And then
was it where the Dollar General is?
In
Washington.
Yep.
That's awesome.
We'd ride our bikes there. We'd get it in a plastic bag, and then we'd hang it on our handles.
That's awesome. The handlebars.
It was the greatest. And we'd call them ahead of time. Like, we're like, hey, do you have this in stock? And they're like, yeah, we got a couple copies. Can you save one? And I'm like, yeah.
They would. You could reserve movies.
Yep. You get to know like the people behind the desk, and they'll hold one for you. Me and my dad became friends with the manager of the one there at La Fountain. And
where the Jiffy store is.
Yeah, where that gas station is and pizza place.
Yeah.
And he was like, he would like hold a movie. Like, he didn't even know if we were coming in that night, but he would hold one for us because he knew we would be in at some point soon.
Man, see, I missed all that. That's awesome stuff.
I remember we've gotten movie posters from. They've gotten like promotional stuff, and we've gotten stuff like that.
We once got offered like the big like stand like cardboard cutout stand.
Those are
Yeah.
cool.
We were like, no, we don't have anywhere to put that, but that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got, in fact, I'm on one of my diecasts at the Indy 500. Marco Andretti. Actually, there's another diecast out there. I need to get it. Marco Andretti in 2008 was sponsored by Blockbuster in the Indiana Jones movie at the Indy 500, and he was sponsored by Blockbuster and the Clone Wars. So there is a Clone Wars Blockbuster diecast race car out there that I have got to find, but I can't buy anything right now because I'm broke and shit. But
you
I
don't
will.
like the Clone Wars, so you
I
don't
will
want
buy that car. In fact, they sold the ones at Blockbuster, the Indiana Jones car. Gina bought it for me for, I don't know, like Father's Day or something. Or my birthday. One or the other. I don't know. It was pretty cool. So, watch it, check it out. It's very nostalgic. It takes you down memory lane about how great it was. Either that or we all need to pool our money together and open up a video store. And we could be like the cool people in town.
I don't know how much money that would be. I saw someone in like the Kokomo chat or whatever Facebook group complaining about how there's no like skating rinks, and I was like, one, there's probably a lot of money, and two, why don't you just open it up yourself?
We had
Really?
one. Nobody went to it because of who owned it.
Well, and then the other one, Mother Nature just doesn't want us to have it. It got
Yeah,
hit
there's
by
a Dollar
tornadoes.
General there now. Holy cow, it's raining like crap out. Yeah, they didn't like the person who owned that one. Now it's what is it? The Crossroads,
Yeah, cross
Cross America,
America. You go there every day.
almost. Soon to be not.
I know you're
3.5
starting a new.
more days.
Are they? Yo, I was talking to Karen, the trolley driver, the other day. She is
Yeah.
pissed because no one said they didn't do anything for her when she left on last Friday.
What do you mean?
Her last day was last Friday. She retired. She quit,
Oh,
and
was?
no one.
Oh,
Only
I'm proud of you.
Christy, because me, they said they did a big thing over the radio, and only Christy and Bill said bye to her and good luck.
I didn't know she was quitting.
Yeah, she her husband got sick and she wants to spend more time with him, so she decided to finally she didn't she already was getting pension from Haynes, but she decided to just retire.
I talked to her last week and she didn't say anything about quitting. How long did she put her notice in?
When I did.
She put her notice in when you did?
Well, because she was just letting him know that, hey, once my social security kicks in, she was done.
Did she know when her Social Security was kicked in?
Yeah, last Friday.
I know that, but how far ahead did she know that?
Oh, I don't know. She knew well enough ahead to do that.
Well, they ain't gonna. You got to retire from there. They ain't gonna throw you anything because you quit.
Or be one of their favorites like you and me.
I mean, I don't know. They ain't gonna take me out of the bus on Friday. It's Friday the 2nd.
No, they're not gonna take you out, but they'll be like, want to say bye to Chris or whatever.
Yeah, bye. Kiss my aunt. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you work? When do you get off?
Well, I'm supposed to be getting off at 3:15, but if they quit sending me damn trips at 5 minutes till 5, that's on damn North Armstrong while I'm at the gas pumps. It would be nice to get off of work on time instead of 3:30. I got off at 3:30 today. Yes,
well,
I'm bitching.
you only got to deal with it for a couple more days.
That's the little shit that pisses me off. That's what makes me go find another job.
And you know what? You're gonna miss you will miss the job for a little bit. You're gonna miss.
I will miss the people. I'm not gonna miss the job. I don't miss getting a job sent to me at 5 minutes till 3 when my clock out time is 3:15. When you have people working there till 4, 4:35, 5:30, 6, 6:30, and 7. There's plenty of people out there. Send me home.
I'd never cared because I was like, well, I'm not gonna cry over a few more minutes.
I don't want. I want to get off on time. It would be nice to get off on tomorrow. I don't have a choice. I work 7 to 11 because I'm working my day off. But I've got to be somewhere at 11:20. I got to do some I-9 paperwork or something.
Yeah.
For my new job.
Have you done your exit interviews thing yet?
No.
Oh, they did like an exit interview with me, with Brenda and Sarah.
I don't know if they'll do that or not.
They probably will. So it's like, here's when your benefits are done with Brenda. If you have any questions, talk to her.
Probably
then
they give you your Cobra information if you want to buy, if you want to get Cobra.
Yeah. And then Sarah, just what would you change? Would you come back? What was your worst thing? What was your favorite thing?
I got a
And-
CVS receipt full of things I would change.
Oh, I threw the glorious leader under the bus,
CVS.
even though nothing's going to happen. But I threw the glorious leader under the bus.
I
You
think
know what I'm talking about.
there's only it's the little things that go the longest, that are the best, the smallest things. To me, one of the most important things they don't do is put your last job before your lunch near where you live, because you're going to go home. They can do that.
And they'll just tell you, oh, that was just Karen being nice.
Yeah, no, you can do that every day. That's the little thing that goes a long way. That's what. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? This company was so great. They knew I lived. They knew I went to home for lunch. They always made sure that I had my last drop off before lunch, to be close to where I lived. And see, that's the little things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I worked when I worked at ABC Supply. We would buy the drivers. We would let them take Gatorade off the shelf so they could drink, because it's hot as balls in Florida. We buy them pizza. We buy them wings, for thanks. All that goes a long way, man.
Yeah, I create my own route, so I can do whatever I want.
That would be nice.
As long as I get the jobs done within a given time frame.
So you
I bet-
try to schedule that one close to your lunchtime, close to where you live, if you can?
Yep.
That's the way. I got lucky today because I had a drop off at 10 o'clock at Kroger. Kroger on Dixon at 10, and I had a 10:30 lunch. Why would you drop me off at Kroger at 10 o'clock when I
Because Karen's
live?
not there. Karen's out training.
So while I'm at there, this guy's like, "Oh, I just called the bus. Can you take me?" He's going to friggin' Bon Air Park. So I rush him over to Bon Air Park, and luckily there was a pickup from. Thank God for Maria. Miss Maria saved me. She was at Gabe's and wanted to go to Myers, so I lucked out.
Or
I'm gonna miss
what's her
Maria.
name? Going from Meyer to Ashbury.
That she don't go anymore.
She doesn't?
I don't see her. I haven't seen her in forever. I heard that call out in forever. In fact, I haven't come.
She did.
The only one I know that goes from Ashbury is the lady that goes to the knitting store.
Well, the other guy, the guy that lived
Joanne
back where I
Fabrics?
lived, the guy that lived back where I lived in that little area, he was talking about moving last I picked him up.
Because there was a guy that shopped at Meijer or Walmart or whatever, or went to the hospital, and he lived over near me,
He went into Planet Fitness a lot too.
Yes. Yeah, I haven't seen him in
I liked him.
forever.
He was really nice.
And I haven't seen the only person I've been dropping off. Dude, I had 4 pickups at 6:45 this morning. How do you do? Luckily, one went away. How do you do 4 pickups by 6:45?
I don't know.
I had a pickup in Indian Heights, then Bradford Run, then over off of Alto Road, then drop off at Walmart and McDonald's. Then I had to pick up on Apperson and Harrison. There ain't no way. You can't do it. I was late for my Apperson and Harrison. Thank God that one of them canceled, or I'd have been screwed. But that's bus life. It's over in a matter of days.
For you.
For me. I'm excited. Pretty stoked.
All right. Mikey, do you have a shower thought for us?
No, I do have like a PSA though.
Okay.
Well, I noticed, and I've been getting this a lot recently for some fucking reason.
I'm sorry. I just saw your video in the chat. That's hilarious. That's a good one, Mikey.
So I've noticed this a lot, especially in I guess the work I am am in, I guess, a little bit, like the blue collar type stuff, like you're outside construction. Uh, People want to know what the fuck you're doing. And I don't care about that. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Leave anybody else alone. Just let them do their job, and like, because whatever you're doing, because I went to a house that was just doing landscaping. The landscapers were already there. I'm guessing somebody was talking to them and just chatting with them up as they're trying to fucking landscape. It's like, leave them alone so they can do their job. It's fucking hot as balls out, and I'm sure they don't want to talk to you. Um,
Like my dad.
but I get that a lot. Like, I show up on people's property, like, what are they gonna be doing here? Are they gonna be digging in my yard? And I'm like, no, I don't know what they're doing, but I have to mark this or something. It's like,
At the she shed.
yeah, yeah, no,
I
that
saw
one's
that.
fine.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah, I try my best to be nice and like, hey, they're gonna be doing this, and I don't know when. I don't know to what extent they'll be digging in your yard, but uh, yeah, they're gonna be doing something.
Do you
So,
ever get the I used to do this? I used to do that job. I used to get that all the time when I was a
or they have a
installer.
stories or something about something related. That's like, yeah, just yeah.
But Mike, you don't want
Back
to.
in my day,
I'm surprised he don't flip me off when I honk at him when I drive by when I see him.
Yeah.
I'm
If I
barking,
knew,
damn it!
yeah, that just
Or
drives me nuts.
the
People
flag
just,
didn't stick,
yeah.
damn it, because you honked at me and I
you
threw
should
my
stop the bus and ask him what he's doing.
Like, I think there was one today. A big long driveway. I had to locate. I had to locate the property anyway. So I went up, parked. I turned around and faced towards the street. Anyway, made myself comfortable. Made the truck kind of comfortable, where it's like, I'm not impeding anybody. I tried to move it out of the way. Anyway, um, I'm sitting in the truck getting ready. I noticed in the rearview mirror the homeowner, whoever was outside doing something, and they're acting like they're busy, but I could tell they got their eyes on me. They're like, well, who is that guy doing there? Because they have,
You ain't in a white van
yeah,
like giving out candy to kids. You're in a
a lot of
marked truck.
yeah, a lot of times these contractors, they just call the properties, like, and they don't let the homeowners know that someone's going to be there to market anyway. So, and these the homeowners, I guess they were Chinese. They looked Asian. They looked Chinese, maybe, probably. They had masks on as they're standing outside, and I have to kind of walk right up by them, and I'm just painting and like I'm doing my job, and they look like they want to ask me a question, but I paid no attention to them. I'm sure
You know,
if they could probably speak English or something. Well, I'm sure they could probably, but if they had, I mean, I'm sure if they could do it well, they might have said something, or since they had masks on, they were probably afraid. I don't know. Anyway,
I mean, I can remember, having the guy come out and mark or check the water meter, and they'll be like, somebody somebody else in the house. Is there somebody in the backyard? Yeah, they're marking something back there. Okay, that was it. You left them alone. You didn't go out and check on them. You didn't nothing. You
yeah,
might say, "What are you marking for?" And they're like, "Oh, they're gonna put new lines in, or they're gonna be digging over here." Oh, okay, just curious. Thanks. And you go on your way. But sometimes you didn't even do that.
it's good to be curious. I know there's a lot of homeowners that are kind of nice. I've been offered waters and stuff before, but
That's what I usually do. Like, hey,
yeah,
you need some water? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
The one time I don't want to say mad, but I was like, he parked in the driveway and I was trying to
yeah,
pull out and he's kind of blocking my drive. And I was like, hey, can you move your truck? It's in the way. I
yeah,
think I was going to school. I was like, I got to go to class.
yeah.
But I don't think he thought anybody was there. So it was like the middle of the day. It was like one of my afternoon classes when I was in school.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
my
that's
PSA.
So what's your
Yeah,
PSA?
yeah. Just leave us the fuck alone.
You should wear that on the back of
let
your
the blue
vest.
collar guys just work. Don't be curious. put 2 to 2 together. Look on your newspaper. I don't know. Look
On your
do the
newspaper.
yeah, see what's going on. I mean, there's neighborhood apps, I guess, that you might be able to find something out. But
You're probably all
yeah,
over those apps, like the
just look
sky.
outside
Just
your window. Just don't step outside. It's hot outside. No one wants to be outside.
well,
I got
that's-
one. Here we go. I
oh.
got you. I got a shower thought. I got a shower thought. You ready?
Okay.
What if ghosts say boo because they only haunt people they don't like? And all they do is boo them from the afterlife. So it's not to scare you, it's to show that they think you suck.
Ooh, you
Uh,
suck.
Boo. I mean, that's a good one. I
I'm
like that.
gonna, excuse me, but I'm gonna boo that.
Kiss my ass.
Anyways, thanks for listening. You can listen to us or you can get a hold of us at Podnerds on Twitter or Hooch Nerds on Facebook.
Facebook.
You can watch and listen to us at YouTube at Hoosier Nerds Podcast. Or you can listen to us at any of your favorite podcasting networks, such as Spotify, iTunes,
iTunes.
Amazon, and
Amazon.
TuneIn Radio.
TuneIn Radio.
This echo is just messing with me. Anyways, you'll never wonder who your nerds are because of that echo over there that's named Chris.
It's us.